All right, failure number one is I ended up getting a booth with a friend, and when you have another person or a vendor doing an event with you, you find out that the booths are very small, and that was very stressful. The blessing is someone in the other area didn't show up, so we were able to split us apart. If you're going to do an event with another vendor, make sure that they buy their own booth section. It can be very problematic when you're trying to split your products and highlight your products when your other vendor friend is also trying to do the same thing and not get kind of frustrated with each other. So consider not sharing booths, and you better be really good friends if you do, because it can challenge your friendship. I have a great friend. Nothing happened with us. We were great, but we could see that that was a problem. I didn't make a sale, meaning buy 3, get 1 free, or if you buy 3, I will discount a certain percent, 10% off, 20%. I think I made a mistake in not doing that, because I think people come to these trade shows not to spend a lot of money and get a lot out. I think they think it's like a flea market thing. I don't know. This year I changed from being in a different room where I was flanked by a wall and a corner wall. And I was, in a sense, I could set up my table where it was like an L. This year I was in the middle of the room right next to 2 other vendors, and I think that was a mistake. I feel that when you're next to other vendors, the people are getting so overstimulated by everybody else's product that it's very hard to look at your booth. For example, I didn't have walls to kind of like stop the eye to just look down. When you looked at my table, you could also see the vendor behind me, the vendors beside me. I think if you're gonna do one of these events, try to get a corner booth somehow, or the flanked end corner booth if you could. Another mistake is, because I've gone to this event and this is my second time, I ended up making a lot of different size jewelry boxes and jewelry boxes sold last year, so I made jewelry boxes this year. I think that's a mistake, because they already have the jewelry boxes, so why would they buy more? The people who've gone before are gonna go again, and they've already purchased that item. They want to see something different. This year, I didn't do as well as I did last year, but that's a mistake on my part. If I didn't do well last year, well, I thought I did okay, $260 something. This year, like, it was a flop. It was a floppier flop than last year. I still made some money, but why did I do another event there when I thought it was just my products? I thought that it was because I was disorganized. I thought I didn't do as well as because I didn't have the table set up well. But the truth was, it's not any of that. It was the location was a factor for why I didn't do well. Talk about the things that sold. All of these little booklets that I had lasered, they all sold, and I sold them for $5. Now, the person who ended up buying these booklets, I did end up offering, and this is after she purchased it, one of my jewelry boxes, and I told her she could pick from whichever one she wanted, but all of these sold. I sold them for $5 each. I ended up getting the inside paper for at Dollar Tree. It gave me 4 booklets for $1.25, and I ended up making these for about $1.50. It cost me $1.50 to make them, and I charged $5. I did end up selling a large love piggy bank, and I don't have it here. I will take a picture of it. I sold those for $25. I think I overpriced them. I think it cost about $11 to $10 to make those piggy banks, and I should have sold them for $20. I also sold the smaller piggy banks for $10. I ended up selling 5 of those. 3 houses and 2 love piggy banks, little ones. And I also think I have 2 more to sell to another client. But so I did sell 4 of the piggy banks, the little ones, and I sold those for $10 each, I believe. Yeah. So my total sales for this event were $200, which last year I made quite a bit more, maybe $260, but I sold $200. I didn't feel like I sold a lot or sold a lot of inventory. I guess because some of my products were a little bit higher or more expensive, but I do feel, honestly, if I would have done, and another thing, if I would have had a credit card swiper, I had 2 clients wanting to use credit cards and I didn't have my Square, I think I would have done more sales. But I'm okay with it. $200 is $200, but I'm also gonna, because I have so much inventory, I do plan to do another event locally here in Cibolo and Shirts, New Braunfels and Garden Ridge, and see how those events are. I want to try it. If I really look at cost worth versus the worth of effort, I don't think I made any money, because I spent quite a bit of money on the wood and on material, but I really had a lot. I'm learning a lot throughout this whole process. So yeah, I appreciate you. Also too, I think one of the vendors in the back is wanting me to laser products for him, so that is a potential client. And I also sold one of these, last year I made tons of these, if that makes sense. I also sold one of them, and I think having the picture of my grandbabies growing up, I had a picture to showcase what these were for. I had a client buy one of those and I charged her probably $20 for a whole set of 12 months, which is really inexpensive compared to how expensive they are on Etsy. But yes, that's how I did at this event. I learned a lot. I'm still learning a lot. But one of the things I love is I use my baby orphan. I use my big mama, and I also use my orphan baby. I use them. I want to do a 1-year review, because at this time I've passed my 1-year review of using these lasers, and let me just say I am really happy with these lasers. They just, like, look, I want to show you this, like, look how beautiful this lasering is. I mean, I don't know if that's beautiful or what, but that's beautiful to me. So I really do appreciate you watching. I thank you for just supporting my channel. I hope you subscribe. I also have another channel, Lorena's Quilting. I do have a Facebook group. I may do a Facebook group on Lorena's Lasers, but I appreciate you and love you. Oh, another thing I made, and this is a mistake before I leave, I also sold a clapper, a couple clappers. But this is a mistake, okay? It was supposed to be a trace, and instead it was a cut. But I ended up selling a couple of these, but and I also think I have 2 custom orders. We'll see how it goes, okay? We're just trying and putting some work into this. All right, love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.